August 1941, the world was at war, but one nation, the United States, was still officially neutral. Across the Atlantic, Britain stood nearly alone against Nazi Germany. Its cities were scarred by the Blitz, its empire stretched thin, and its future uncertain. It was in this desperate moment that Prime Minister Winston Churchill secretly crossed the Atlantic to meet President Franklin D. Roosevelt aboard the battleship HMS Prince of Wales and the cruiser USS Augusta off the coast of Newfoundland. Their mission was not to sign a military alliance, but to define why they were fighting and what kind of world should emerge when the war was over. The result was the Atlantic Charter, signed on August 14, 1941. The document contained just 8 points, but its message was revolutionary. It declared that no territorial gains would be sought from war. It promised the right of all peoples to choose their own governments, a direct challenge to empires and dictators alike. It called for freer trade, economic cooperation, freedom of the seas, and the disarmament of aggressors. Though not a binding treaty, the Charter was a declaration of principles, a moral contract between two leaders and, soon, the wider world. By the end of 1941, it had been endorsed by dozens of nations, including the Soviet Union and China. For occupied peoples across Europe, it offered hope that liberation would bring not just survival, but freedom. Even in America, where isolationism remained strong, the Charter signaled a shift. Roosevelt was laying the groundwork for U.S. involvement, aligning American ideals with the Allied cause. For Churchill, it was a lifeline proof that Britain was not fighting alone. The Atlantic Charter's legacies stretched far beyond the war. Its principles directly inspired the United Nations Declaration of 1942, and later the creation of the United Nations itself in 1945. It also planted seeds of decolonization, as nations under imperial rule seized on its promise of self-determination. The signing of the Atlantic Charter was more than just a wartime meeting. It was a vision that from the ruins of global conflict, a new world based on peace, justice, and cooperation could be built.